Good morning, everybody. What a wonderful morning it is. Man, it is the 12th of February and the second month in the year, and it's time for morning, man. I'm so thankful and grateful to be with you on this morning, and I just bless God to have the opportunity to speak into your life. It's Morning Manna, and if you've never been a part of our Morning Manna, let me give you the ground rules right quick, and then we're going to get right into our Morning Manna. Morning Manna is always the text, the talk, and the takeaway. We ask you to do a couple, three things. One, you always have to give us the hearts and the likes. It's the amens. It's the Facebook amens of me knowing that I'm speaking into your life. And then we want you to share the manna. Please don't be greedy with the manna. Share the manna. Get it out there. And as a result of you sharing the manna, and as a result of you posting about the manna, then it gives us the opportunity to spread the revelation that you're going to get on this morning. I got some revelation for you on this morning. And as you then post your comments throughout the day, then I respond, and everybody gets a part of the morning manna, whether they are a part in the morning or later on in the day or the week as the video rolls. But at any rate, it's time for Morning Manna. How you doing? How's everything? I want to deal with this morning, excuse me, I want to deal with this morning pain management. I want to talk about pain management. You know, it's a big deal now because we get this whole thing of people getting off into all kinds of drugs because they are unable to manage their pain. They get on pain medicine, don't know how to manage it because they don't know how to manage their pain. And all other things come out as a result of that inability to manage pain. We're going to deal with that. Here's the text, here's the talk, here's the takeaway. How you've got to learn how to deal with pain management. Here's the text. The text is Joshua 5:2. Joshua 5:2. Joshua 5:2. Listen to what it says. It says, make flints and circumcise the Israelites. Make flints, so take some stones, sharpen the stones, and circumcise the men before you go into the promises. Here it is. Gotta get this. When the children of Israel were about to be led into the promised land by Joshua, they had not been circumcised because the circumcised men had died in the wilderness. God needed the men who were about to lead the nation into the promises he had for them to be circumcised. Now, we circumcise little boys when they are babies, about a day or two old, because the pain is so unbearing that it is better to deal with it then than to deal with it later. Now, can you imagine a grown man in his 20s, 30s, and 40s, which is the age of the men that are about to go into the promises, get that, they're about to get the promises of God, and now they're going to be circumcised. If that's not pain, I don't know what it is. But notice this. God says to them, you got to deal with this pain before you can get to the promise. You got to learn how to manage the pain, Israel, before you can get to the promise. Three things that I need you to get on this morning to get to pain management. One, promises come with pain. I don't care who you are, I don't care where you are, I don't care what you're dealing with, baby. God has some promises on your life, but he also is going to require you to deal with some pain. There's not a promise in the book of the 7,000 promises that are in the Bible that there is not some pain associated with that promise. You see, the problem is so many of us want the promise, but we don't want to have to deal with the pain. And therefore, we then put in jeopardy our ability to walk into the promise. Here's the second thing I need you to get. The second thing is you must press through the pain. You got to press through the pain, baby. You can't always get something easy. And in fact, anything that you get easy might not be worth having. What you work for, more often than not, is what you remember and keep and treasure. What is given to you, you generally discard because you hold no value to it because there was no value put in it. So you're going to have to press through the promise, through the pain to get to the promise. Here's the third thing you got to get. Pain, this is a little long. I want you to get this. Write it down. Pain is part of the process of cutting away what you don't need to possess the promise. I'll say it again. Pain is part of the process of cutting away what you don't need to possess the promise. Let's go back to the Israelites. When you are circumcised, without getting graphic, we all know what that means, you cut away the foreskin. The foreskin is not necessary for the man to function as a man. So therefore it is cut away. When God is about to move you into the promises he has for you, he has to cut away what you don't need to possess the promise. There's a lot of stuff we carry, a lot of baggage we deal with, a lot of things that we really should not be operating in our lives. And God has to cut that away so that he can move you into your promises. Many times the reason you can't possess the promise is that you haven't had a cutaway of the things that you're carrying with you. So what he did with the men, he says, I need to cut that away, and then I need you to pick up the stone and carry it into the promised land. Now that's what God is trying to do for you. Here's your takeaway this morning. I want you to get that. I want you to get this. Here's the takeaway. Listen closely. You will never rise above your ability to manage the pain. Bishop Jakes told me once, I was in a retreat once and there were several pastors there, and he said this to all of us. He said, you will never be able to possess the promises of God until you are able to manage the level of pain. At every level, there is some pain you're going to have to deal with. So here it is. This is the takeaway. Pain level equals promise level. Pain level equals promise level. If you're going to possess the promise, you got to deal with the pain. And many times you can't move into the promise because you don't manage your pain. The Lord is with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. Operate in pain management because God has too much for you to just see it and never possess it because you're not willing to manage the pain of it. One last thing I just got to get, because you got to get this. Pain comes in all kinds of ways. Rejection, physical, emotional. But every time there's a pain, I want you to look for the promise beyond the pain because God has it for you. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace as you go. Manage your pain so you can possess your promise. I'll see you next Monday with more Monday Morning Manna. God bless you. Shatter Manna now.